I remember the first time I asked this question in a class, and I was really struck by the number of students who really didn't know the difference and didn't understand why it even mattered. But not only does it matter for getting actual fabrics, but it also matters for when you express and draw your designs. So let's dive into that all-important question: do you need a woven or a knit? Welcome back to my channel. My name is Mikkel Drew Pelham. I am a digital fashion specialist teaching digital fashion design and communication through my company, 383 Design Studio, as well as the Fashion Institute of Technology and Jefferson University. I talk about fashion design, digital software, and communication on this channel. So if that's something you're interested in, make sure you subscribe and hit the notification bell. Now, some of you might be asking, Mikkel, why are you even talking about this? You focus on digital fashion design and sketching, but because that's also wrapped in the visual communication aspect, it's an important subject to talk about, especially knowing that many new designers really don't know the difference between the two or why they should use one versus the other. Your decision to use a woven fabric or a knit fabric can determine how you design a garment, how you sketch it, and what type of construction details you include. So this isn't a nice to know, it's a need to know. And even before we get into woven versus knit, let's take it back even further and talk about something even more basic: a fiber versus a fabric. A fiber is the thread or filament that creates a textile or a fabric. Examples would be silk, wool, rayon, and my favorite, and one many people mistakenly call a fabric, cotton. Cotton is a fiber, folks, but it's not really the consumer's fault that we think this. I mean, even the company Cotton Incorporated made a whole commercial campaign calling cotton the fabric of our lives. I guess the fiber of our lives didn't have the same ring to it. A fabric is the cloth produced from weaving or knitting fibers. And examples of that might include batiste, crepe, chiffon, denim. Often you'll hear people say they want to use a silk or a wool, but unless it's used in conjunction with the fabric, they're just saying the type of fiber they want, not the fabric. So instead, if you want to include the type of fiber you want because you want a certain look or feel that comes with the characteristics of that fiber, you might say, I want a cotton poplin, or I'm looking for a silk chiffon or wool crepe. And if you're at a fabric store, the store clerk will be able to help you much more easily than if you say you want a cotton. There are two main differences between a woven and a knit: the construction and the amount of stretch. A woven is considered a non-stretch fabric. You'll often hear wovens referred to as rigids, and this is because, except on the bias, there really is no give at all in a woven. Wovens are made with two sets of yarns: the horizontal thread, the weft, and the vertical thread, the warp. The fabric is created by intersecting the fibers in a particular type of weave. And although there are several types of weaves, the most basic is the plain weave, where threads are placed over and under. Knits are considered stretch fabric, and even though some knits stretch more than others, and I'm talking basic knits without spandex, the construction of a knit allows for all knits to have some natural give. Knits are constructed using one continuous yarn looped repeatedly, giving the appearance of tiny braids. A vertical row of stitches is called a wale, and a horizontal row of stitches is called a course. Understanding the difference between wovens and knits, even a fabric versus a fiber, will help you as a designer make better fabric choices. If you're creating something that's more structured, you will likely choose a woven. However, if you need a fabric to contour more to the body or have more give overall, you may want to look for a knit. And this also affects how you express your designs in sketch form, particularly when it comes to doing your technical or flat sketches. When you're ready to create that sketch so you can communicate to someone else how you want your garment constructed, you'll need to make sure, for instance, that if you're planning to use a woven fabric for a very fitted dress, that you add princess seams or bust darts or whatever construction details you need to show that you're using a woven fabric. And if you don't want those details for aesthetic reasons, it may mean you need to resource your fabric and find a knit that will allow you to create that amount of fit without the darts or seams. Thanks for watching today's video. If you want to level up your design communication skills, make sure you check out the links in the description to take my online courses, to learn to flat sketch in Adobe Illustrator, or to create a tech pack. Be sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share this video if you find it helpful. Have a fantastic week, and I'll see you next time.